few times, so I've been trying to really pay attention to what I do, but I like futz with my hair and stuff during that time, so it's really awkward that it does that. But anyway, hi, my name is Courtney. I'm very passionate about helping women with invisible illnesses realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you had envisioned for yourself, but the time is going to pass regardless. And what the hell else are you going to do with it? You may as well figure out how to make the best of all this mess, because it ain't going to go away. But, I have a hard time coming up with these topics for Fridays, because I like Fridays to be really lighthearted and something fun, and it's hard for me. I guess I'm not a very fun person, because I'm like, what the hell would appeal to a lot of people? But beer appeals to a hell of a lot of people. And I've talked about this exact topic before, the health benefits of beer. But I always get interesting comments and feedback from it. So let's dive in. This information is from lifehack.org. First benefit that you can get from beer: it helps lower your risk of heart disease. It's a pretty damn good benefit. There was an Italian study that showed a daily pint reduces your risk of heart disease by 31%. I think that's a phenomenal number. This is due to antioxidants called phenols. However, as I always emphasize when I talk about alcohol, moderation is the key. If you overindulge, you're actually going to increase your risk of heart disease. Number 2 benefit from beer: it can help protect against Alzheimer's disease. Loyola University analyzed several studies, and they discovered that 23% of beer drinkers are beer drinkers are 23% less likely. Boy, I really screwed that up. Beer drinkers are 23% less likely to develop forms of dementia and cognitive impairment, including Alzheimer's. This is thought to be due to the silicon content in beer, which is thought to protect the brain from the effects of too much aluminum in the body. And high amounts of aluminum in the body is what they think is at least one possible cause for cognitive illnesses such as Alzheimer's and dementia. Number 3, beer can help lower your risk of diabetes. According to a 2011 Harvard study, 2 beers a day lowered your risk of type 2 diabetes 25% in middle-aged men. The alcohol content increases insulin sensitivity, which is going to help prevent diabetes. Number 4, it can help prevent kidney stones. Gentlemen, now I have not had kidney stones, but from what I understand, they're a lot worse for you than they are for us. So, a Finnish study showed that moderate daily consumption can lower your risk of kidney stones by up to 40%. This is due to the high water content. Beer is about 93% water. Plus, there are compounds in the hops that slows the release of calcium from the bones, which of course prevents it from building up in your kidneys. Number 5, beer may help reduce your risk of cancer. Beer contains, I'm not going to say this right, xanthohumol. I should have wrote that down phonetically, but I didn't, obviously. Xanthohumol, which is an important antioxidant known to have powerful anti-cancer properties. Oh, thank you, Mitt. Ha 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 ha. Thank you. Yeah, I did one on, I think it was tequila, and my girlfriend went out and bought a big bottle of tequila, and the advice was to take a shot before dinner and another one after dinner. So she does, and her husband's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And she's like, "Well, this girl on the internet." But feel free to tell your wife, "Look, I've got health. There's health benefits here." But moderate beer consumption helps prevent a certain chemical reaction that can lead to prostate cancer. Again, gentlemen. Now, I'm not a beer drinker. I think beer is absolutely disgusting. I think you ought to put it back in the horse. I don't know if it's just not done yet. I don't know. I don't care what it is. I don't like beer. I've tried all kinds of different beers. I don't mind if I have to drink beer. I'll have a Stella, but that's seriously maybe once a year, and that's only if I'm like in a social situation where it's awkward for me not to have a beer in my hand because everybody else is, if you know what I mean. Oh, that makes it sound really bad. That makes me sound bad. But my point is, I'm not a beer drinker. But ladies, beer is also known to reduce the chance of developing breast cancer. Actually, that applies to the men too. But ladies, that's good news. I know a lot of women. I would say I am the oddity in that I absolutely cannot stand beer. Most people I know, men and women, really like beer. Number 6, benefit to drinking beer. It helps reduce your cholesterol. The barley used in brewing contains beta-glucans, which is a type of soluble fiber known to help lower your cholesterol. Number 7, beer helps manage your blood pressure. Again, a Harvard study. What the hell are they doing up there at Harvard? They're doing good work apparently. But women 25 to 40 who are moderates, moderation is the key, who are moderate beer drinkers are significantly less likely to develop high blood pressure than those who drink wine or other alcoholic beverages. Number 8, beer can help strengthen your bones because it contains silicon, an element linked with bone health. A 2009 Tufts study showed that older people who drink 1 to 2 beers a day have a higher bone density than those who do not. Now, that being said, my mother was not a beer drinker. My poor mama had the most ridiculously fragile, thin bones. And thank goodness I did not, knock wood, I did not inherit that from her. I've had bone density tests and they're like, nope, you're good peasant stock apparently, but I have nice healthy bones. But, you know, if you haven't ever been around an older person who has really fragile bones, that shit gets scary. It doesn't take much of a fall for them to break something. Anyway, I thought this one was super interesting. Are you ready for number 9? Beer is a natural dandruff treatment. Not only is beer a natural dandruff treatment, it's thought to be one of the best natural dandruff treatments out there. This is due to the high yeast and vitamin B levels. So just rinse your hair 2 to 3 times a week to eliminate dandruff. Plus, it's going to leave your hair soft and shiny. I have rinsed my hair in beer before, but it's been a really long time and I didn't write this down, but I don't know why I started thinking about it. But yeah, rinse your hair in the beer, wring it out, dry it off. The smell will dissipate. I'm sure it would, because I know the smell of vinegar dissipates after a while. Vinegar is also good for your hair and your skin, by the way. Total side note, if you ever get sunburned, vinegar is excellent for sunburns. It helps pH balance your skin. And when I was a little girl and would go to Texas in the summer, being a good Alaskan, I would fry. And my grandma used to chase me around the house with vinegar. My brothers would always laugh and tell me I smelled like a pickle. But it really only lasted a few minutes. Anyway, there was a bonus. Vinegar is good for sunburns if you didn't know that. Number 10 benefit behind beer, it helps reduce the risk of stroke. If you've never witnessed somebody survive a stroke, you're really freaking lucky. Strokes are devastating. The American Stroke Association studies show, I worded that awkwardly too. Anyway, studies show moderate beer consumption can cut the risk of stroke by a whopping 50% in half. That's so crazy, just by having a couple of beers. It helps prevent blood clots that block blood flow to the heart, neck, and brain, which of course that's what causes a stroke. But it's short tonight. That's all I have. For those of you who know, I've been in a leadership class through the organization I work for. It's very prestigious in our organization. You have to apply. And I got in this year, my first time applying, and I had no idea that it was, I knew it was competitive, but I didn't know how competitive. And a couple of my friends who are a lot higher up the food chain than I am were like, oh my God, that's so cool that you got in, because I've applied 2 or 3 times and I haven't never gotten in. But our final meeting is tomorrow, and we broke down into groups and we have group projects. So I'm meeting with my group in about 20 minutes to finalize everything. And then tomorrow morning, my dad is going to come up and watch me and my group do our thing. I'm very excited about it. I am super proud of myself for not only being accepted, but having the courage to apply, because it was really obvious from the application that it wasn't really designed for people at my level in the organization. But I know I've developed a friendship with several of the ladies in my group, and I know for a fact I've given them something to think about, and I really like that. But anyway, that's why it's so short tonight. I hope you all have a fantastic weekend. Please, if you drink, be responsible. Don't drink and drive. Wash your hands. Be nice to each other. Be nice to yourself. And I will be back Monday at 5 o'clock Alaska time. Thanks. Good night.